I would love to talk about the third secret that I have on my list. And what I think is important with this secret is that many people do not discuss it or aren't willing to talk about it. But because my belief system has grown so much and has become so strong, and I walk in faith every day, I want to stand up here and I want to say that the biggest secret that people are unaware of is that we create with God. And we create with God because we are of God. So we are not separate from, we are part of. And so it is with your oneness with source energy that you create. Your oneness with source energy is how you create. So there's controversy around this topic, around manifestation. Many people believe law of attraction is saying that there's no God involved. There is people out there that think that manifestation is not of God. It's saying that it's separate. So the language that I use today in the word God is a word that I now feel comfortable using, did not before. I feel comfortable using because it is the language that I now use to describe the beautiful formless energy, the loving light that is flowing to and through all of us, that is in the empty space, that is all of everything, everywhere, all at once. It is source energy. It is the universe. It is creator. It is spirit. It is God. Whatever language you desire, we are all talking about the same thing. We are talking about a higher power. We are talking about in believing in something greater than what is outside of us, but that is what is within us. So I am not my body. I am in this body. So what do I mean by that? Okay. If I'm not my body, but I'm in this body, then what am I talking about? What is in my body? It's my spirit. It's my soul. It is a differentiated version of an undifferentiated God, source, creator, universe, spirit. There is an energy that is flowing to and through me that is my creative energy. It's my creative power. It is my ability to create through this power. So if I have source energy flowing to and through me, that makes me pretty powerful, doesn't it? So many of the things that I do every day in this world are God's work. How do I know that? Because I listen, because I am aware, because I perceive. So my coaching with Neil Donald Walsh has been a beautiful awareness for me. But my life did not change until I realized that I am one with God. My first book, Becoming the One, many of you got the free download, I believe, when you registered for this live event. I wrote that book, and it's the story of my first quantum leap. So when I went from making $3,500 a month as the nurse to a $3.3 million business in my first year. And I wrote that story, and it talks a lot about identity shifts, and it talks about my beliefs and what I changed in order to become a woman who would have a multi-million-dollar business. And so when I read that, I thought, when I wrote it, I was like, yeah, that's what the book is about. It's about identity shifts. And I was on a Zoom one day with Bob Proctor. I think there was hundreds of people on there. And somebody put their hand up and said, hey, I have a question. I'd like to know, where does God fit in all of this? Where does God fit in the law of attraction? Like, where does God fit in manifestation? And Bob says, well, you're one with God. You create with God. You have the source energy, that light that flows through to and through you. And that's the energy that you use and that light that you use to do your work. And so you're one with God. And then the person said, well, how do I become one with God? And he said, you know what? Read Kathleen Cameron's book, Becoming the One. And I was like, what? What's this guy talking about? Oh, that's not what the book's about. Like, that was my first reaction, was like, no. And then I let it sink in for a minute. I was like, wow. Prior to September 2019, prior to doing this work, prior to studying this material, I didn't believe in anything. I thought that I was a human that had evolved from apes that was simply existing for a short period of time. I thought I was one of millions and millions and millions and millions of tiny little ants that's just on a tiny little planet that has no purpose, that has no meaning, that has no nothing. I didn't believe in anything. And it was in my belief in something greater outside and through me that led me to the life that I live today. And so, yes, that book is about me becoming one with God. And it's a perception of my oneness because I was always one. You're all one with God, but it's in your awareness and perception of the same that determines the outcome of your life. And so I went back and I reread my book after that, and I got really emotional. And I read it again with the eyes now of what I know now, that source energy is flowing through me, that I am never alone, that my soul is a part of something greater, a part of something that creates for the good of all, something that is pure love, pure joy, pure bliss. The secret is then that we create with God. Every single moment of every single day, it is always there. But God has given us free will. Free will. So what that means is that we were given the ability to choose the lives that we want to live. We were given the free will to use God's energy, source energy, in the way that we want to use it. We were given choice to think the thoughts that we want to think, to feel the feelings that we want to feel, to experience life in the way that we choose to experience it. So that means that we are co-creators with God, but the final decision, final cause to the effect is us. So we can choose to be hateful. We can choose to be negative. We can choose to fight. We can choose to focus on drama. We can choose to compete with one another. We can choose to be sad. We can choose to be unhealthy. We can choose whatever we want. But many of us are choosing from an unaware place. And what that means is that we don't know any better. We are simply behaving in the ways in which we were taught. We are behaving in the ways in which we were taught. So we were taught to hate ourselves. We were taught that the world is hard. We were taught that people lie, that people can't be trusted. We were taught that fighting in our family is the way that families are. We were taught that we can't make more money. We were taught that we have to work really hard in order to be successful. We were taught that we are never enough and we are not worthy. We were taught that we're not pretty enough, that we don't know enough, that we're not smart enough, that we're not tall enough, that we don't have the right color skin, that we're the right gender. But if you step back and realize that you are a soul inside of this body, you have no gender. You have no skin color. You have nothing other than the formless, beautiful light that you are that flows through this body, that you're in for this short time, for this iteration. You cannot be hurt. You cannot be destroyed. You cannot be damaged. You cannot be broken. Your human can. Your ego can. Your personal mind can. This physical 3D body that you're in this moment can. But what you really are, the formless substance that you really are, the light, the soul, the source energy that flows through you, cannot be hurt, cannot be destroyed, cannot be damaged. That revelation has brought me to tears multiple times. In the moments where my feelings are hurt, I'm upset. The moments when I feel frustration, the moments that I feel sadness, the moments that I feel anger, I ask myself, who is really angry? Is it me or is it my ego? And I realize that feeling, the disappointment, the anger, the frustration, the ego, the embarrassment, the sadness, is coming from something stored in my mind. And I'm falling for it. I don't have to fall for it. I can realize what and who I really, really am. I made a note on the plane. We are God in the process of being and expressing who we are and becoming and being the next version of who we are every single day. So we are divinity, which is wishing to express itself through us, then to recreate itself anew in the next grandest version of the greatest vision it ever held about who and what it is. This is Neil Donald Walsh. Divinity wishes to experience itself, then to recreate itself anew in the next grandest version of the greatest vision it ever held about who and what it is. This is why you are here. You are here to recreate yourself anew in the grandest version of the greatest vision of who you could be, and to realize that through our support. I know this to be true. I do not attract anybody by accident or by coincidence. Every single person that is attracted to my energy, that comes on my live events, that registers, that watches replays, that follows me, is attracted to me on purpose because they are ready to hear this message. Those that are unaware, that are not ready, they don't listen, they don't register, they don't follow me, I don't resonate because they're not here for the resonance. But if you are here and if you are listening, you might not have any idea why. Is because this message is what is meant to be heard for you through me, which comes from where? From God. So God is life ever expanding through us. What does it mean to ever expand? To ever expand. I don't know what happened to many, many people here in this planet, but we taught each other that we are meant to go to school, to get a job, and to stay at that job and make the same amount of money until we retire, and then to buy a house and have a retirement home and live there until our bodies are gone, and then that's life. That's Groundhog Day to me. It really is. This life is meant to be experienced. What does it mean to experience life? Not just go through it, not just live it, not just go day by day, every single day, Groundhog Day, go to work, come home, watch TV, go to bed. That is not thrilling to me anymore. I was grateful when I had that life. Yes, amazing that I had a job and that I had a career and I could come home and watch some TV. But this newfound level of awareness for me now has made me realize that this life is meant to be experienced to its fullest. And when you lose the fear of caring what people think, when you lose the fear of death, when you lose the fear of being poor, you just let yourself experience life. I want an extraordinary life. Extraordinary life. I wrote that down on a piece of paper when I first started studying this material. I made the decision that I want an extraordinary life. Not ordinary, extraordinary, right? So ordinary is just the common paradigm. Ordinary is just what we were taught to do. Hopefully make $100,000 a year one day, Kathleen. Get married, have kids, make $100,000 a year, hopefully retire with a good pension, go through the motions. If you are a part of my world now, you're a Diamond Academy team member, you are a Diamond Academy community member, you're in Millionaire, you're in Modern Mentor, you're in House of Manifestation. If you're in this orbit and you're in this energy, I would find it very, very hard to believe that you don't believe you're living an extraordinary life now. Because life, when you choose to make it what you desire it to be, is so beautiful. And now, so expansion. What does it mean to expand? God is expanding through us. Expansion means to forever grow, to ascend, to realize a higher and greater version of yourself. I use the language, the best of yourself. My new book, the best of yourself. The best of myself does not judge. The best of myself does not hate, does not fight, does not compete. The best of myself does not lie. The best of myself is honest. She is authentic. She is powerful. She goes after what she wants. She leads with love. She serves. She is honest. She takes care of others. She gives. She loves herself unconditionally. She loves others no matter what. She is grateful. She is loving. She is caring. That's ascension. That is expansion. Allowing yourself to be the best of yourself will change your life. But it's about understanding yourself in a new way. Do I believe I am God? Is that what I'm saying here? Is that what the secret is? You could put it that way, but I prefer to say I am of God. So if we think of a supercomputer, we have all these different networks that connect into this big major supercomputer. That's how I see all of us. So the same light, the same source energy that I believe flows to and through me, flows to and through all of you, every single one of you. Every single one of you has that same beautiful source energy light flowing to and through you. We are all connected into a greater one God, source, universe, creator. So what does that mean? We are all one. We are all one. So if we believe this to be true, this is what I will ask you all the time. What if you believe this to be true? What would that mean? If I believe this to be true, if I believed that we are all one, that means when I give myself love, I'm giving you love. When I give you love, I'm giving myself love. When I give to you, I'm also giving to myself. When I give to myself, I'm also giving to you. When I seek to know you more, I'm seeking to know myself more. When I'm seeking to know myself more, I'm seeking to know you more. We are all one. And that's why coming on to live events like this is a beautiful way for us to move the collective consciousness. So you can say we have individual consciousnesses that all flow up into a greater collective consciousness. Yes. So many of the things in this world that are going awry and going astray, some of the negative things that we are observing right now are a effect of collective consciousness. Collectively, we have learned to fight. And that fight is expressing itself in 3D reality right now, but it is not real and it does not have to be our truth. So the more collectively we learn and teach each other peace, we move into more peace. So if we are all one, then this tells you why it is so incredibly important for you to go within first and to change the way you see yourself. Go within, change the way you see yourself, and everyone around you will start to change when you go within and you change first. So let's stop trying to change everyone else. Let's stop trying to change the world around us. Let's stop trying to change our children and to change our spouses and to change our jobs and our employers and all this kind of stuff. Let's go within, change that, and then everything else around us will change as a reflection of that, as a reflection of that. So what if you believed this is true, what I'm saying, that we create with God? How would this experience change for you? So faith is a very powerful word, and you cannot change the experience of life that you have right in front of your eyes without faith. You cannot do it. If you try, you will forever be in resistance until you choose to have faith, right? So faith is the elixir that makes your manifestation very, very powerful. Thoughts are the things that make your thoughts magnetic. If you don't have faith in a thought, if you don't believe that thought to be true, it's powerless. It's a lie. We manifest what we believe to be true. We do not manifest the lies. So if you believe that you lack confidence and you're trying to affirm that you're confident, you're manifesting the lack of confidence. Until you are conscious of being confident, nothing will change. So when I say that you manifest the truth, I'm saying you manifest your truth, not the truth, your truth. And this is very powerful distinction. Many people are trying to seek the truth outside of themselves. What is the true meaning of life? What is the truth about law of attraction? What is the truth about manifestation? I'm going to tell you something right now. What you believe to be true will be your truth. You can choose somebody else's truth and let it become yours. That's fine if it works for you. But remember, it's your truth that is the truth. So I've created a set of beliefs about me, about the world, about this material, about this content, about God that serve me. I know to believe these things, XYZ, makes me powerful. It makes me strong. It makes me successful. And so I choose to believe those things until I don't anymore, until I develop a new truth. That's awareness. So it's true until it isn't, and something else becomes true. So that's what this whole thing is now, is I'm giving you 7 truths, should you choose to believe them or not. But there's 7 truths that I believe, these 7 secrets, are 7 truths that I now believe to be true. They are my truth, and they've changed my entire reality, everything around me. Yesterday, I called my sister. I'm probably going to cry saying it now. I called my sister and I was a mess. I was an absolute mess. I was in tears. And she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Nothing. Everything is right. Nothing is wrong. Everything is right." Even the contrast, even the things that show up in life that feel gross, they're all right. Because life is so beautiful and it is so powerful. It is so loving and it can feel so hard, but it's not. You are being sent along a path towards the realization of who you want to be. And I make a decision every single day to be a version of myself that grows, that goes for it, that ascends. And you all make me so brave and so courageous because you watch me, you cheer me on, you tell me that I'm inspiring you. It keeps me going. It really does. But it takes a certain belief about yourself to do this. To confidently go after what you want, to say, I want to live here. I want to teach here. I want to make this amount of money. I want to live this type of life. I want to change this many lives. I want to do this. But let me tell you, all you have to do is decide to do it. You just have to decide to do it. That's what I said to my sister last night. All I did was make the decision to go for more, and more came my way. Now I live this incredible, extraordinary life. People that get an opportunity to come in and experience my life, they're just so grateful. Thank you for letting me experience this beautiful life that you've built. I don't want you to just come into mine and experience it for a minute. I want you to create it for yourself. I really do. Please don't just be inspired. Please be inspired to take action. Please let my bravery and the way in which I act in courage to please inspire you to do the same. We just got back from our Rise retreat in Mexico, and it was absolutely inspiring. It was so beautiful, that retreat. If you can, please come to one of my retreats. I can't say enough about it. But what was so beautiful about that was every single person that attended that retreat, even some of the biggest skeptics and those that were, starting off in more masculine energy, every single person allowed themselves to drop the ego and step fully into their spirit, to step fully into their soul's purpose, to see what's really there and what's really available. And I hope that every single person stepped foot back at home after that retreat and is moving differently now because of it, taking different action. And it was just a reminder of who you really are. And I hope that's what you're feeling here right now today. the way that I'm speaking to you, I hope you know that I'm just simply reminding you of what you already know, what is already true, what you're really already capable of. When we say the feminine energy, this is what we're talking about. I'm talking about going within and expanding who you see yourself as. That's the feminine energy, the feeling, the flow, the growth. Most of us were taught to get into the rat race. Start running, start doing, start hustling, start grinding, start competing. Go for that promotion. I don't want us to do that anymore. I want us to go for what we want in life. I want us to go after it, but I want us to do it in collaboration. I want us to do it in love. I want us to do it in joy, in bliss. I want us to do it with integrity and authenticity. I want us to do it because we want to change the world, not because we want to change our world. Secret number 4. You can either create life or you can react to it, which in turn creates what you're reacting to. So, what does it mean to react to life? This is important and this is valuable. Reacting to life is what most people are doing. I would say 98% of people are simply reacting to life. So reacting to life means to observe it, to have a perception of it, to have a judgment of it, to have a story about it. And then in your reaction to it, you think things about it, you feel things about it, you take action based on what you're observing. And so you are now creating from a reactive state instead of creating from the soul. Creating from what you observe instead of creating from what you desire. Creating from what you see instead of creating from within. Right? So let's say right now, you don't believe you're worthy, you don't believe you're good enough, you don't believe you're successful, and you're walking around just feeling like a failure, just responding and reacting to life, and life just keeps getting worse, everything goes wrong for you, it's negative, life's negative. What do? Let's create a delusional state. Let's go into our imagination and let's create a different reality, right? So let me just say, what if you weren't negative? What if life wasn't going wrong? What if you were successful? What if you were brave and courageous? What if you were confident? What if you were loving? What if you were bold and daring? What if you went after what you want? What if you believed in yourself? What if the world believed in you? What if? So what we're doing is we're creating a delusion. We're creating an idea in the imagination. It's only a delusion because your mind doesn't currently believe it's true. But it is true. We are all already all of those things. You just have a delusion that you're not. Change the delusion, change the experience of life. So when we were born as children and toddlers, were we born unworthy? Did we believe we weren't worthy of success? Were we born doubting ourselves? Little toddlers learning to walk, were we like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think it's possible. I don't know. I'm not going to take the risk. I'm not going to learn how to walk because I don't think that I'm good enough to be able to walk. I know all of you are walking, but not me. Oh no, we were not. We were bold. We were daring. We were brave. We were courageous. We were adventurous. We loved to play. We loved to have fun. We believed in ourselves. We thought we were the most cutest little thing ever. We thought we were gorgeous. We thought we were perfect. We never would have believed any of the crap we believe now if we weren't taught it. So I'm just reminding you to return and remember who you really are. Remember who you really are. So let's stop reacting to life and let's start creating life. So to react to life means to whatever's programmed in your subconscious mind, to continue to react from a habitual and automatic place, right? So I'm afraid of heights every single time I get onto a mountain and I look down. I get afraid of heights again and I want to leave. Who says you're afraid of heights? Were you born afraid of heights? Some of us were and some of us weren't. It was the luck of the draw. No. It's an identity. It's a self-concept. It's something you believe about yourself. You got up to a high spot and you felt a little nervous and you decided that that meant you were afraid. And so you accepted the identity that you're afraid of heights. And so now every single time you're at a height, you feel the fear and you recreate the idea you're afraid of heights every single time. It's an identity within you. But Daredevil over here, who loves to jump off those mountains, the first time they probably got to the top, they felt excitement and they went, ooh, this is exhilarating. Oh, this is fun. I like this. They chose to experience something different when exposed to height for the first few times. And so they didn't choose the identity of I'm afraid of heights. I enjoy heights and I want to jump off of heights. Da-da-da-da-da. So, two people with two completely different perspectives and views and identities around heights. So, let's say we now no longer want to react to life, but we want to create life. Could you go from being afraid of heights to now loving heights? Yes, I believe you can. You can become a night owl and become a morning person. You can be somebody that hates exercise that has fallen in love with exercise. You can be somebody that hates going live on TikTok and then you go live every single day and love every moment of it. You can convince yourself of anything. It's creation. And this is the free will that I was talking about. We all have the free will to be, do, have anything that we desire in this world. It is our free will and our choice. So to react to life means to be the same identity and to keep reacting to the same things in life over and over again. But to create life means to become a new version of you and to respond to life as the new you. So every act is an act of self-definition. There's a chapter in my book called Self-Definition. So every time you do or do not do something, you are defining who you are in that moment. So when you're standing at the edge of the cliff, you can say, oh my gosh, I am so afraid right now. I need to go. I need to leave. I'm out of here. Or you can stand at the edge of the cliff and you can say, this is so beautiful. And this is so exhilarating. And I'm so grateful that I'm up here on the top of this mountain and loving every moment of it. Jessica Whitney, we don't even have to jump. This is the thing. It's just about getting there. It's about being there and no longer being afraid. And then if you decide you want to jump, you go right ahead, but you don't have to. Some people say to me, let's go jump out of an airplane. Let's go skydive. I'm not afraid of it. I just don't want to do it. I just have no desire. But I'm not going to go force myself to do things that I don't want to do. Now, if I want to do it, but I'm afraid of it, then yeah, I'll push through. And maybe I'll do it. One of the things that Bob used to say, and it really resonates with me so much, and it always has, he says there are people who are interested in change, and there are people who are committed to change. And so the people that are interested will come on and they will watch it if time permits. They'll start the training and never quite finish it. They will do things if they have time for it, if it feels good. It's about convenience. But those that are committed to extraordinary life, committed to the service of others, committed to their own growth, will do whatever it takes. And that's me. And the whatever it takes for me isn't in a hard way. I'm not going to stay up all night every night. No, I'm going to get a full night's rest. I am not going to hustle and grind and work 16-hour days. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to go to the spa. I'm going to work out. I'm going to eat healthy. I'm going to rest. I'm going to recover. But I'm going to show up for myself. I'm going to show up for my business every day. So I'm committed. I'm 100% committed. And so, as a committed person to this work, I'm going to show up tomorrow. I'm going to be on time. I'm going to be in the best energy that I can possibly be for all of you. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to be in spirit, in flow. And I'm going to bring my heart and soul tomorrow when I come back because I'm committed. So I would challenge each and every one of you to remain committed over the next 3 days, not to be entertained, but to be transformed.